Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
You could be driving
smooth handling and smart interior styling. Just two reasons why the all-new Honda CR-V was once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come see your new CR-V today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Starts another week of the Clarence Bugs Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your little slice of South Louisiana heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend a little time with you and yours. Here's a question for you. Of all the jobs you've ever worked in, how much vacation time did you get?
What's that?
I would imagine Marty says, vacation time? What's that? I've never been fortunate enough to be a CEO, president of a company, what have you. So consequently, the peon that I am, all of my jobs have always been 2 weeks vacation. Typically, I'll take one in the summer and take the other week somewhere around the holidays. How would you like to have a job where 39%, let's just round it off, 40% of the time you were on vacation?
Ooh, I'll take that one.
Marty says, I'll take that job any day of the week. Joe Biden, after coming back from a week's vacation, made one speech and then promptly left for another 10-day vacation on the beach. Must be nice work if you can get it. You know what this is, don't you? The mere fact that it was announced a couple weeks ago by Joe Biden that his re-election campaign will be run out of his house tells you they are trying desperately to keep this man out of the public eye. His physical health obviously failing. His mental capacity has long since been diminished. And you have to wonder, how long is the White House and the mainstream media going to attempt to hide this from the American people? If you were to ask yours truly, my gut response will be they're going to hide this thing until they absolutely cannot hide it anymore. We already know, based on simply watching the president in recent memory, that he's not up to the task. Bless his heart. God save the Queen, man. Bless his heart. We have effectively ended cancer as we know it. Did y'all hear that one last week? The American Cancer Society says last year, over 609,000 Americans died from cancer. But Joe Biden says we have effectively ended cancer as we know it. Then there are, we've all lost count now, of the instances of him stumbling and falling on stage, tripping on the stairs, going up or down Air Force One or Marine One or what have you. And listen, y'all, please understand this in the spirit that it's given. I have nothing but empathy for Joe Biden, but not at the expense of my country. Democrats are in trouble, y'all, and they are going to have to make a decision in the very near future. Of course, now, word has it that Kamala Harris is in the bullpen and she's ready to come in and record the save. It's a toss-up. It's a tough decision over who is the most incompetent between these two. Joe Biden has an excuse. His mental faculties are diminishing by the day. And if you've ever been in a situation with someone suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia, you know what a battle that can be. But Kamala Harris, last week, goes on ABC News, their streaming platform, dishing out the typical word salad that she normally does, when the reporter brought up the recent polls. The reporter points out that, you know, there's a lot of polls out there, Madam Vice President, that say you are the least liked vice president in the entire history of this country. And then, as you would expect ABC News to do, she asked, how much do you think race and gender plays into this? Well, they got to find something to blame it on. bunch of racist Americans, bunch of misogynistic Americans. Certainly, it can't be that she's horrible at her job. I mean, after all, y'all remember, she took your tax dollars, hopped her butt on Air Force Two, flew all down all over Central America to find out the root causes of illegal immigration. Upon returning, she held this big old grand news conference and announced to all of America and all of the world the discovery of all the root causes of illegal immigration. Oh, wait, that's right. No, she didn't. The immigration czar, remember the title, has yet to report back to Congress, the American people, or anybody who would listen, that these are the root causes we found, and more important, this is how we plan to fix this. None of that. But she did take the time to inform ABC News what she thinks about these dismal polls. So the polls say you are the least liked vice president in history. How much does race and or gender figure into this? Quote, well, there are polls that also say I have great approval ratings. Do tell. Have you seen any poll anywhere where Kamala Harris has great approval ratings? Oh, but it gets even better. She went on to say that all of this is just a distraction to take away from the monumental accomplishments of this administration. Okay. Can you tell me one thing that as an American you are so proud that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris accomplished? Just one thing. That's all. I'm not asking for 5. I'm not asking for 10. Just one thing. But according to her, there are lots of polls that show I have great approval ratings. Lady, you need to get out the bubble, girl. You need to get out of that bubble that you're in, because somebody is seriously lying to you. She also pointed out that not only have we restored the economy, liar, but she also then pointed out, look how respected we are now on the international stage. In case you don't know, people all around the world are laughing at us. In between the invalid leading the charge, backed up, no less, by the queen of the word salad, we are quickly becoming the laughing stock of the planet. But not if you ask Kamala Harris, and not if you ask Joe Biden. Scary times, my fellow Americans. Scary times. First break of today's show. When we come back, time for another illustrious edition of Now That's Just Stupid. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
You could be driving a Honda.
Improved from the front grille to the tailgate and equipped to take you on the adventure of a lifetime, the ride is just different in this new Pilot seat. Come see the all-new 2023 Honda Pilot, now on sale at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to this edition of the Clarence Bug Show. If this is your first time joining us, you are probably unaware that the second segment of every Tuesday show we have dedicated to the ever-expanding, exploding level of downright stupidity in our country and this world. What we're talking about here, however, is not your regular run-of-the-mill STUPID. This level of stupid requires a new word with its own spelling, as in STOOPID. Amy's favorite. Now that's just stupid. We start not all that far away from Louisiana. Marty, what is Oklahoma? The Sooner State? Yep. Oklahoma, Lincoln County. District Judge Tracy Soderstrom, elected to the judgeship not so very long ago, and was presiding over her first murder trial. A particularly bothersome trial in that the man on trial for murder, allegedly, murdered his girlfriend's 2-year-old. So, as is normally the case, if you've been in anybody's courtroom in recent memory, due to the proliferation of cell phones and mobile devices, typically, as this judge did, before the proceedings for the day get underway, the judge will make the announcement, turn off all cell phones and all mobile devices. We don't want distractions in the courtroom. We don't want interruptions in the courtroom. We don't want beeps going off and you've got mail and the whole nine. We don't want that here. So sure enough, she got up and made the announcement. Well, it just so happens that in the courtroom of District Judge Tracy Soderstrom, they have cameras, closed circuit. So in case something, whatever, should happen, they can go back and look at the closed circuit footage. For some reason or other, someone decided, maybe we ought to look at the camera footage just to see what's going on. So after the judge gets up, admonishes everyone in attendance, turn off your cell phones and all your mobile devices. What do they find her doing as soon as the trial gets underway? You guessed it. Her cell phone in her lap, scrolling through Facebook, updating her profile. To show you what the world has become, my friend Jonathan, when I told him about this story this morning, Jonathan said, "Whoo, first trial. I got to let everybody know." Right after you admonish everyone in attendance to turn theirs off. Can you say rules for thee, but not for me? So they took this info to the court administrator. And this has to be one of the lamest excuses I think I've ever heard. The court administrator says, well, we don't have rules. We have rules regarding ethical judicial behavior. Get this. But the rules don't specifically mention cell phones. But didn't the judge tell everybody to turn off the cell phones? While she sits there and scrolls through Facebook. She did this through jury selection, continued to do it through opening statements, continued to do it during testimony. I have no information at all as far as what her political affiliation is, but I think you can take a guess. I think you already know. Rules for thee, but not for me. Stupid. Secondly, unless you've been on another planet, you have to know how the media gins up at every conceivable opportunity division between the races. They go out of their way to make you think, oh my God, the world's going to end, America's going to end today because of all the racism. So NBC News last week publishes a report that says, and I'll paraphrase, we need to have safe spaces for black people to camp in the great outdoors. Apparently, Mother Nature is racist. Black people, apparently, cannot pitch their tent in the woods, cannot set up the camper and go fishing and cook your catch for dinner without facing discrimination. They need to have safe places to enjoy the great outdoors. Now, for the record, I have not talked to every single black person that's ever been camping. I will say, one of my fondest childhood memories is with our Cub Scout pack and Boy Scout troop that used to spend weeks at a time at Camp Avondale. Wonderful place. And for summer camp, there'd be white kids, there'd be black kids, there'd be Native Americans, you name it. And we all got along fine. Nary a problem. But I have yet to run across a black person to tell me, man, I'm never going camping again. I almost got murdered. I have yet to hear a black person camping relate that story. I do, however, know a whole lot of black folk that have been murdered, and they weren't anywhere near the great outdoors. So is NBC News also going to write a story on all the black males, particularly, being killed by other black males, and how we need safe spaces for them? As you might imagine, and rightfully so, NBC News was roasted on social media. What kind of crap are these people pushing? That's when you know it's a slow news day, or they just need another reason to gin up hate between the races. If I didn't know any better, I'd think maybe there's some money or power or influence to be had by keeping black folks and white folks in America at each other's throats. But according to NBC News, apparently, either Mother Nature's racist or all the racists are out camping just waiting on black people to show up. And these are the people that many of you will tune into 5 days a week, 6 days a week, some of y'all 7 days a week, to get your news about what is really happening in the world. You might not be all that versed on what's happening around the world and in this country, but you will be totally caught up on stupid. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, they're starting to wake up. That's next when we continue the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
see the all-new Mazda CX-90, now on sale at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, as an American who happens to be a man of color, I, for decades, have been particularly sensitive to the use and abuse of the African American community by the Democrat Party. I understand full well that this country can never live up to its full promise as long as we have a party, any party, that pushes policies that hurt more than anyone else the segment of our population that's already hurt more than any other. So aside from it being so very painful to watch people that look like me continue to vote Democrat, continue to have these policies that are destroying the black community. And every now and then, some of us get it. Unfortunately, many times, it has to fester. It has to grow to the point where black folk feel we have no alternative but to either call the powers that be on the carpet or lash out. The NAACP in Oakland, California, if you know anything at all about Oakland, you know that place is as blue as I am black. Oakland has been run by Democrats forever. Crime, economic opportunities, Inferior education in recent memory has exploded. So the NAACP in Oakland, California, sent out a letter last Friday demanding an end to what they call, quote, Oakland's public safety crisis. Here's a little bit of what they wrote in this letter to city and state officials. Quote, Oakland residents are sick and tired of our intolerable public safety crisis that overwhelmingly impacts minority communities. Murders, shootings, violent armed robberies, home invasions, car break-ins, highway shootings have become a pervasive fixture of life in Oakland. Failed leadership, including the movement to defund the police, our district attorney's unwillingness to charge and commit life-threatening serious crimes, and the proliferation of anti-police rhetoric have created a heyday for Oakland's criminals. If there are no consequences for committing crime in Oakland, crime will continue to soar. We're in a crisis, and elected leaders must declare a state of emergency and bring resources together from the city, the county, and the state to end this crisis. We are 500 police officers short of the number that experts say Oakland needs. Our 911 system does not work. Residents know that help will not come when danger confronts them. Worse, criminals know that too. Unfortunately, progressive policies and failed leadership have chased away or significantly delayed blue-collar job development in the city, the Port of Oakland, and the former Army base. That must change. We urge African Americans to speak out and demand improved public safety. We also encourage Oakland's white, Asian, and Latino communities to speak out against crime and stop allowing themselves to be shamed into silence. There is nothing compassionate or progressive about allowing criminal behavior to fester and rob Oakland residents of their basic rights to public safety. It is not racist, nor is it unkind, to want to be safe from crime. No one should live in fear in our city. I'm going to tip my hat to the Oakland NAACP, but personally, I wish they would have been bold enough to take the next step. I would think, as a thinking person, if all of this has happened in Oakland, continues unabated in Oakland, if the folks you've been voting for were capable of fixing it, don't you think they would have by now? Of course, now, that would also mean that they would have to want to fix it. Oakland is as blue as I am black. They vote Democrat, 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 double down. So at some point, as a thinking person, How in God's name would you expect them to fix a problem that they created? You don't have to be an Einstein to figure out if they can fix this. Number one, why did they allow it to go on all this time? And number two, aside from allowing it to go on, why would you continue to vote for them? There's an old saying, we might be slow, but we get there eventually. Oakland is getting there. And my gut tells me there are many other cities across America that will soon find themselves in the same position. Just this past weekend in Chicago, from Friday to Sunday afternoon, not the whole weekend, mind you, Friday to Saturday afternoon, 47 people shot in one weekend. That's not the tally for the whole week, mind you. That's 2.5 days of the weekend. At last count that I saw, 9 of the 47 were women. Now listen, I know it's, outmoded, outdated, but I stand by it. In the Wild West days, there were 4 things: cattle rustling, horse thieves, back shooters, and women killers. If convicted, the next morning, as soon as the sun broke the horizon, your existence ended. Listen, y'all. It should be painfully obvious by now. These people will continue to do what these people have done as long as you allow that to happen. Again, I wished, as much as I tip my hat to the NAACP for this letter, I wish they would have been bold enough to take the extra step and tell their constituents, we're not telling you to be a Republican. Be an independent. Be a libertarian. But for God's sake, y'all, stop voting Democrat. That's why you had to write this letter to begin with. Some of y'all not going to get that till later. But that's okay, as long as at some point you get it. Portland, Seattle, San Francisco, LA, Oakland, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Kansas City. Go down the list. Milwaukee, Newark, New York, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Houston, Atlanta. Go down the list. All run by Democrats. And all of them have instituted policies that have left the community of people that look like me devastated. Now, something is coming in your life that may be devastating as well, unless you're prepared for it. Our friend of the show and dear sponsor, Lee Serio, 27th, that's Thursday of August, 31st, last Thursday in August. You've been hearing me talk about it. You're probably saying, well, yeah, I need to go ahead and at least ask questions and find out the ins and outs of a good prepaid funeral plan. That's where Lee can help. Thursday, 31st, last Thursday of August. Come on out, 11 o'clock. You can watch the live taping of the show, and Lee will pick up the tab for your lunch. After the show recording is done, then he'll take all of your questions. Oh, and did I mention it's all free of charge? That's as good as it gets, folks. You get the inside scoop from the man himself. You get to ask whatever questions you have. It's not going to cost you a dime. And like every good South Louisianian is prone to do, he'll buy you lunch. That's as good as it gets, folks. Well, other than the peace of mind that your family will have when they know that your final arrangements have been taken care of. Thursday, 31st, we'll see you right here at Old School Barbecue. Final break of today's show. When we come back, I don't, in recent memory, remember a story as tragic as this. We'll wrap it up after our final break on this edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreysstoneCountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. You know, doing what I have done as an occupation for over 40 years now has its good points and its bad points. You have probably heard me say on more than one occasion that following news and current events as much as I have for as long as I have, I guess it has, to whatever degree, desensitized me. Meaning, you've heard me say before, when you've been doing what I've been doing for over 40 years, nothing surprises you anymore. It disappoints you, but it doesn't surprise you. Because at some point, you start feeling as though, man, I've seen everything, or I've heard everything. And after a while, the shock value just isn't there anymore. But this case is so disturbing that if you're not bothered by this story, I'm tempted to say there's something seriously wrong with you. But it could also be a case of, well, Clarence, I've seen it all. Nothing, like you say all the time, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing shocks me. It disappoints me, but it doesn't shock me. This story comes out of Lafayette, Indiana. I don't think in recent memory I've seen anything as horrific as this story. And unfortunately, it's just a microcosm of what is happening all across our country. Last week, police were called to the home of 24-year-old Shatia Welch and 27-year-old Deontay Johnson. Long story short, Deontay Johnson's 5-year-old son, who, according to authorities, was high on cocaine at the time, found a gun in the home and then proceeded to shoot in the head his 16-month-old brother. Now it gets worse. Allegedly, the father is on the couch asleep when the shot goes off. So what does he do? He immediately jumps up, gathers up all the marijuana in the house, goes and stashes it in his car, then comes back inside to call 911 and get help for that 16-month-old baby. This guy needs to be made an example of. A 5-year-old, oh, did I mention? Wait. The 5-year-old with cocaine in his system, gets the gun, shoots his 16-month-old brother in the head, and the 16-month-old tested positive for marijuana in his system. Nothing surprises me anymore. It disappoints me severely, but the shock value is gone. I can only hope that they make the strictest, strongest, unwavering example out of this clown. Now, I don't know what the politics are in Lafayette, Indiana. Don't know who the DA is, but I'm going to make it a point to stay abreast of this story. Because you've got to wonder, okay, how does a 5-year-old get cocaine in his system? And how in God's name does a 16-month-old get marijuana in his system? I'm assuming the 16-month-old was in such close proximity to someone smoking weed in the house that by simply breathing, he absorbed the smoke that ended up in his system. Either that or he stumbled across it and ate some. But at 5 years old, y'all, cocaine in his system? Y'all pray for that 5-year-old. Y'all pray for him. Because the household that he is growing up in now, if returned there, my gut tells me this is not the last time we're going to hear about a tragedy with this child. My time's up, y'all, and I got to go. But you already know the drill. This day, despite that last story, more so than any other day, I give it to you. You know what? You're right. America, we're not perfect. But for this old boy's money, still the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. You know the good Lord loves you, and you know I do too. Best news is there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you soon. God bless.